That says that we're all good to go. Feeling good. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Is the fam in the house? Let me know you're in the house in the chat. In case you weren't tuned in on Instagram, you guys, I'm changing the format up a little bit today. Let me know in the chat a business topic that you would like to hear or listen to me riff on today's live podcast. Let me know in the chat right now. Cool business topic. Throw it out there. Anyway, it's 5:59 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and we're about to start this thing off, man. About to kick it off with the bang. I'm haven't vlogged much this week. Well, fuck it. I'll get into that in a minute. Anyway, before I start, you guys, let's roll the intro. And if you're on Instagram, head on over to the tube now. Here we go. Welcome to Monument Limited. It presents The Print Live. Live. What's going on, Print Fam? It's your boy Cam, and welcome to the Print Life live video podcast, where we talk news, we talk screen printing news, more importantly, we talk screen printing business, and then at the end of that, I answer your screen printing questions to the best of my ability, and it's really awesome, and everybody really seems to enjoy it when they tune in and have fun and hang out with me. Here's what's happening today in the print life. First and foremost, we're going to go right to the independent shop news. You know, you go to the Facebook group, you submit your news, and I read it out and shout your shop out and all that good stuff on this show. As far as our business topic, I said it a little bit ago, submit a topic in the chat right now as I'm saying this, and I'm going to do my best to riff on it, and I'll give my opinions. It's kind of like a Q&A, but I'm going to let you guys pick the business topic of the day. And then last but not least, we actually move on to the actual Q&A, and I do my best to answer those questions. But before all that starts, this thing, dude, I can't hear myself. Sounds like I'm talking into a wind tunnel. I got to do my social media reminders, and y'all know the routine, but here we go. Follow me at Cam Earven on Instagram and Twitter. Subscribe to the Print Life podcast on iTunes, Google Play. Give me a listen, 5 stars, and a glowing written review. Share my vlogs, my tutorials, my content, my channel, my Instagram. Just get people coming in, guys. The Print Fam is only as healthy as you guys sharing it and making it grow. If it's not growing, it's not healthy. So to keep it healthy, we need you guys to share it, which then helps it grow, which then turns it into something that we all want to continue interacting with and evolving with together. And last but not least, remember that we go live on YouTube every Wednesday, normally at 7, but we're going 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for a little while just to see how that goes. And if you are interested in being on this show, direct message me on Instagram or Twitter with a business topic that you want to talk about, and then we'll get you scheduled up. Okay. Dude. Hey, guys, over on Instagram, head on over to the tube. Actually, keep it open on both. Why not? Now, before we get into it, you guys, I'm going to do my best. It's going to be really tough, but I'm going to do my best to not let my mouth offend people, at least on the live show. In the vlog, I can always mute it out. And here's why. It's not because I think that it's that I want to change who I am. I cut. It's what I do. I got a foul mouth. It's just the way I express myself. But it's because some people had expressed, did you hear that? Throat polyps. Moving on. It's because some of you have expressed that it doesn't necessarily offend you, but maybe you want to play my content in your shop or while you're doing things around the house with your family. And when I'm constantly blasting out F-bombs, it makes it hard for you to do that. In which case, I feel like I'm alienating you, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to try to get it under control to the best of my ability. We all know it won't be 100% under control, but I'm going to do my best. Anyway, we're going to move on to my Facebook shout out. You know what I mean. We're going to do our shop shout out. Starting with the Facebook group, we got some shop news. And y'all know how this works. If you don't, if this is your first time here, you go request a membership for the Print Life Facebook group on Facebook. And you essentially submit your shop news, and then the first thing you say is shop news, and then I will shout your shop out. Shout your screen name, all that stuff out on this show. What we're really looking for is just if something new is going down, if you got a new client, an exciting event, whatever, just share it and I'll talk about it. For instance, William Century has got some pretty cool news for his company, Indigenous Graphics. One of their jobs fell through because of funding, but another job came in for 75 shirts, one color, for his tribe's program on child abuse awareness. They got the deposit and ordered the shirts. Now they just got to wait for the shirts to start printing. They're super excited, and they just wanted to wish the print fam happy end of March. That's really cool, William. Congratulations on that. Sounds like you're just getting started in the business, dude, and I'm sure you're going to have a lot more jobs to come. So enjoy the slow times, because pretty soon you're going to be missing them. Jamie Lineback spent all night making buttons that she screen printed for March. Put a sticker on the back with the contact info, handed out 150 to protesters. Good job. That's some good marketing. That's very smart. And that was her first two-color print job at home. So you screen printed the paper and then actually pressed them into the buttons. Cheers to you. Very nice job. Brad Zolwech scored one backup 1430 today and one more on the way. Now he just has to figure out how to store them. Yeah, just probably bag them, tag them, pull the ink out. I've heard the print heads will dry no matter what you do, but it's a good start. I've never stored a printer, so I can't give you advice on that. Shop news. Andy Smith. So, what happened for you, my friend? You finally got your M&R Economax 2 into your shop, and from the looks of it, you're starting to think you need a little bit more space. And to that, I say, dude, just if it's a good price, stick with it, because, it's probably cheaper than getting a bigger space, and it looks like you can get it done. However, it does look really tight in there, like there's no walking space. So I get it. But if you can stick with it, definitely consider sticking with it. But congratulations, dude. I've heard that's a really good dryer. I don't know nothing about it, but I'm happy for you. Sonny Gray just shouts out the print fam as a whole and says, "Print on, printers." That seems to be his what's that the catchphrase? Yeah, I'll run with that. So print on, printers. Print on, from Sonny Gray. Jeff Osborne had a little bit of a shitty situation over the week with another printer. Things didn't go his way. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but sorry it went that way for you, dude. I'm sure that they'll try to make it right at some point. Still looking. Shop news. Robert Ashley. Oh, man, this is good stuff, because you got... I know a lot of people hate on Anatol, but I've kind of been an advocate of them for a long time, and it looks like Robert actually got an 8x10 in trade for some big shirts and some thread. Huh? Huh? So you got that for some shirts and some embroidery thread, like a truckload of embroidery thread and a truckload of shirts. Damn, dude. Either way, congratulations, because that was a score. Anyway, let's get back to that, because one more time. What? Huh? I don't even know what to make of that, but apparently that was a huge score. Dude, these are great presses, dude. Oh, my God. And some thread. Congratulations. Questions. Okay, I'll come back to that in a minute. More questions. Then Jordan seems to be posting bullshit, so let's go ahead and just remove this motherfucker. Okay. You guys do know the rules that we don't post advertisements. Sit. Oh man, Michael Maxwell built his vacuum table. Wants to thank Jennifer Lynn for her patience and support, spending Mondays with him. And he drilled him, he did his thing, and look at this bad boy. It looks beautiful, man. Good job. Yes. Yeah. Good job, Michael. So if you, I mean, you guys are just listening, but he built the vacuum table, drilled all the holes, made the frame, attached the vacuum to it, and he's now able to do, flat stock printing. So great job, brother. Sometimes I forget that this is also transitioning to audio, and I need to be more descriptive when I'm looking at stuff on this. And I haven't looked at the comments in a second, and hopefully everything's going good with the audio and the video and all that. And we got a new post from Craig Robertson, and he's new to screen printing, bought a complete screen printing shop, it's a question, answer that later. And Alien Thompson's trying to sling figures in the shop. Don't know if that's acceptable in the print life, but fuck it. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of like I'm flipping through here looking for shop news. Not a lot of it. So, yeah, that's it. That's it. Nothing. Let me, you know what, guys? Let me come back here. That's a wrap on the, shop news. Thank you guys for submitting your news into the Facebook group. If you have news and you want to submit it next week, please do so. I feel like it's running, I feel like we're getting a little light. We have 2,000 plus members now, and the majority of you aren't submitting shop news. That's a little disconcerting because remember, the group was started solely for the purpose of acquiring shop news to keep this show entertaining. So, come on, guys, get it together. Shop news me. Come on. God damn it. Hang on real quick, though. I'm going to end this. Hey, Instagram. That's it, guys. I know most of you are already over on YouTube, so thank you for tuning in and all that good stuff. But we'll see you later. Boop. You guys like my cell phone holder? So cool. This is really cool because you can get your phone away from you, so it's not all up in your grill. And you're like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Okay. Moving the fuck on. So now is normal. Whoa, dude, now is normally the part where, Jesus, don't puke. I have not been feeling good this week at all. I felt like flu-ish kind of symptoms all week. Not tip top yet. Feeling a little down, but I've been taking like fucking Dayquil and shit just to try to get through it, so I'm looped out as hell right now. But guys, that's pretty much why I didn't think of a topic today. But like I said, I really want to stick in here. Oh, great. Ryan's gone. That sucks. What's up, man? You too busy or what? Lane Luhoff just threw me a nice super chat. A beer is healthy. Have a cold one on me. Thanks, Lane. Beer is always healthy. My whole thing is just trying to not drink too much of it. What's up, Ben? How are you, buddy? I'm going to do the shout-outs at the end of the show. I'm changing the format up a little bit. So, I'm looking for a business topic. So I'm looking. Andy Smith says, roll the motherfucking credits, for which I was recently corrected, which I knew that it's not actually the end credits. You would call it the intro. But just rolling the intro doesn't roll off the tongue, and it's not as aggressive as saying, roll them credits, right? And then you flip the thing, and roll them intros, roll that intro, So I say credits. No, it's wrong. Credits go at the end, but it's the way I do it. Andy, you can never watch Cam too much. That's just the consensus in this thing. So thank you for watching, though, brother. All right, looking for a print topic. using the touchscreen. Thank you again, Lane, for the super chat. It's always appreciated. None. Oh, the Profit First book. I'm still working my way through it, guys. I'm going to get to that in a minute. I'm setting some things in place before I can do the rest of them. I have all the accounts set up on my main thing, but I still haven't gotten the holding account set up. So I'm not particularly ready to do the review for the rest of them, but I will get to it. Cash flow, in and out. That's a good topic. Let's see if there's something else. Because, yeah, and this just seems to be such a fucking problem, dude. Okay, so the business topic of the day. I don't even know if I can actually riff on this because you can just go into so much detail, and I'm going to be 100% honest. When I started, I didn't have the answer to it, and I'm still trying to find an answer to my pricing. But we're going to attempt to tackle the idea of print pricing, especially when you first start. And as I'm doing that, like, I pretty much avoid that question like the plague because there just isn't an answer. There's just not an answer to it, really, especially with the antiquated method of using those crazy brackets based on quantity. Do I have that book? I don't have the book. I think where a lot of printers started building their price list was off of that old book called Screen Printing for Fun and Profits. And it showed you that print bracket, which people had been using for years, but pretty much everyone adopted it. And you go through it, and, you set up your quantities in brackets in a spreadsheet, essentially. And then, there's all these different percentages that you can use based on the quantity. The way that I see it is that you, as an owner, need to make a certain amount per hour, right? Like your hourly wage. You want to recoup that. And then also you need to make a certain amount per hour on top of whatever it costs to print however many shirts in an hour. In my opinion, you got to be basically making a certain amount per hour in your shop to make it viable. And this is where the problems come in because there's so much calculations involved with that. This is what I would say. And of all of the different options, you have a couple. Ryonet has a print pricing calculator on their website, or it's on their YouTube channel or something. Just type in Ryonet print pricing calculator, and they have this thing that gives you can essentially enter in colors, quantities, and then the percentage markup, and it calculates it based on your total cost of operation throughout, the month. You need to have those numbers in place because you can't properly price your job unless you have those numbers in place. I use that, or you've got to, and I feel like I still intend to go through this process. I don't know exactly how it works, but Marshall seems to have this thing called the 5 buckets. Marshall Atkinson, you can look up Atkinson Consulting. You can go to the Print Life Facebook group. You'll see him in there. And he has a slightly different method of printing or the cost per impression, and then you mark your print up based on that. Now, I know that this is not answering your goddamn question because you just want to know how to price each quantity. And to that, I tell you, there's no standard answer. I think you need to know your cost for the month, and then you can start dividing that down to your cost per hour, and then you decide how much you want to make per hour on top of whatever it costs for you to run your shop every single hour. And that's how you come up with a decent pricing structure. It really is that simple. What was one of the old school methods I heard? And this is pretty much how I started my price list. You figure out how much your total expenses are for the month, right? And then you go and divide that by 30. Or actually, it's even smarter to divide it by how many days a week you work. If you're working 7 days a week, then you divide it by 30 or whatever. If you only work 5 days a week, you divide it by 20, and now you know what your daily cost is. And now you can divide that by by how many hours you work a day, like 8 hours. And now you have your hourly cost. And then you can go, okay, well, obviously I want to make 100% of my cost, or 200%, or 300%, and then you can figure that shit out. And then now you know how much you need to make per hour to make you a happy camper. And then you can start dividing that by your quantities and your brackets, because you can do 24 shirts in an hour or 100 shirts in an hour. Now you have a pretty good baseline of where you can start figuring out your cost per hour. Again, not a clear-cut answer, but that's the best I can give you, dude, because it's complex coming up with a pricing structure in the screen printing industry. It's just complex. There is no straightforward answer. You could reach out to a fucking CPA, a certified public accountant, and ask him to give you a price list, and it'll take him forever, dude. And even his shit will be all over the place. You won't even know what to make of it, in my opinion. Uh-oh, I see something cool here. Raylio, thank you, my friend. 1999 super chat. Can't beat that. Thanks, dude. Did you attach a question to it? Anyway, I mean, that's really not a business topic. It felt like part of the Q&A. But that's what you can start with the Ryanet pricing calculator. Look into Marshall Atkinson's 5 buckets. Also try the thing I was talking about where you divide your expenses by 30 and then you divide it by how many hours of work you day. You get your base cost. You figure out how much you want to make on top of that, and you start making the divisions and putting it into your brackets based on quantity, and you'll have a pretty good idea. Like, to me, you just want to make a certain amount per hour that you're open, right? And like, so whether you're doing 24 shirts in an hour or 200 shirts in an hour, you basically just have a cost that you need to make within that hour period of time. And that's how you figure it out. That way you know that you're pricing 24 shirts the same way that you should be pricing your maximum shirts per hour, like 500 shirts per hour or whatever the fuck it is. And then you can get pretty close that way. It's so hard to explain. Sometimes I have a difficult time expressing myself verbally. But yeah, that's the way I would go for it, dude. Thank you, Aurelio, for the super chat. And that's it, dude. That's the end of the business topic. Dude, it's 6:20, 20 minutes in. So let's move on. And after I wrap that shit up, we move on to the live Q&A. So start submitting your questions in the chat, in the Facebook group, and I will do my best to answer them. And I'm going to go to the top of this chat thing and work my way down, man. And you guys know that you need to do @theprintlife so that it gets the orange bar and I actually see it. Again, shout out to Raylio for the super chat, dude. It means a lot, helps a lot. That one day on my birthday, you all were slamming me with super chats. It was crazy. Ryan has a hard time on Wednesday making it here, dude. And the Raylio. Sorry, guys. I'm working my way down this thing. Looking for a question. Okay, this is an interesting one, and I don't have an answer to this either, but Prototype 8 is asking if Facebook ads are worth it for screen printers to sell their services or just their products. And honestly, dude, I haven't spent enough. I haven't had enough of a budget in Facebook ads to tell you whether or not they're worth a flying fuck. This is what I would say, and people have argued with me or disagreed with me about this in the past, so it's not gospel. But I just feel like most people, when they're looking for a service, whatever the service is, they tend to go to Google first. Google seems to be today's Yellow Pages. Whereas Facebook might be where they go when they're looking for a referral from a friend. So to me, Facebook is the referral from the neighbor. Google is the Yellow Pages. So it kind of depends on what person you're dealing with, but in my opinion, most people would get a referral, and then from a friend, they say, hey, I need a screen printing job done. You know anybody? And then the friend tells them. But then they would instantly check the Facebook, and then they would call the two of them. So I think you're probably best off running the most affordable Facebook ads you can get. But really, I believe your focus should be on Google AdWords. The problem with Google AdWords nowadays in 2018 is it's just so expensive, it's almost unaffordable. And the reason the big companies like Custom Ink and Ryanet and all of them have such a huge market share now is because they dump so much money into Facebook ads. Or I'm sorry, did I say Facebook ads? That's what I meant to say. Google ads. They dump a ton of money into it, and their budgets are so huge. I did this metric on Custom Ink on how much they throw into fucking Google Ads monthly, and I'm gonna completely exaggerate here, but I remember reading it because I don't remember the actual number, but I remember reading it in a month and going fudge. See there? Stopped myself from doing it. It was like $100K a month in Google AdWords. Some crazy number, and again, I'm just exaggerating that, but it was an insane amount of money. And that's how you get the market share. But that's why Google AdWords kind of sucks, is because it's so expensive, whereas Facebook is still affordable. But at the end of the day, I would just try them both, but you need to have a real budget. I would say test Facebook and Google side by side, $500 a month for Google, $500 a month for Facebook, and see. You need to have 2 different landing pages. One landing page for the traffic from Google, another landing page for the traffic from Facebook, and see which one does better, which one gives you more conversions for the money spent. I estimate you'll probably still get more from Google, but I don't know. But you need to have a real budget, man. $25 a month to either of them ain't going to do shit. It's not going to do shit. You need a realistic budget, couple $100 a week, $100 a week. You need something so that you can actually generate a real volume of traffic coming to your site. You know what I mean? Because your conversion rate, I heard a metric, is still around 1%, right? So to get that 1%, you need it. And then as you get better converting landing pages and stuff, it goes up. But to start, the baseline, 1%. So, I mean, there you go. You need to bring a lot of traffic in just to get that conversion. So it's going to take you time. You need to have a budget. Try them both. Let me know which one's best. Damn, I hate it when I run on like that. I was trying to drive my point home, and I just kept repeating the same shit. Who else we got here? How's it going, Print fam? Cold beer, hockey game, and the print life. It's a good night. Thanks for tuning in, my man. That's awesome. Ryan's out, guys. That sucks. Will, that is absolutely correct. He feels that the Facebook group has turned into a huge family that enjoys helping each other with issues, and it has turned into that. Whereas it's not what I intended it to be, but again, these things happen. I didn't intend it. I barely even interact in that thing anymore. It's just taken on a life of its own. But it is awesome. But at the end of the day, the whole point of it was still to submit your shop news. That was the original intent. Granted, I can't control where it goes, but still want you to submit your shop news because it helps feed this thing and keeps it more interesting. You know what I mean? And yeah, I touched on it a minute ago, but the Profit First book, I've been reading it. I've been implementing the principles and exercising them. But so what ends up happening in that book is it takes you through the setup and how to utilize it. Jesus. Which you have to do, right? And you have to work with it. But then there's like this point where it takes you in, you get to all that, you get it set up, and now you're just supposed to implement it on a daily life. And that was like through chapter 4 or 5. And then the rest of it is like advanced techniques, which I haven't really gotten to, but I implemented it. I'm starting to live by it, and now I'm just kind of working through it. And then once the little things are in place and I can report back on it, then I will continue the update. But it is really cool, and I'll tell you already, I'm already more profitable than I was just by using it. And ultimately, the whole point of it is that you take however much money you have coming in, you take a percentage of it, you call that profit, and you set it aside. And then you pull 50% of that profit quarterly for yourself. It's your owner's draw or your dividends. And then the other 50% you hold on to. And you only are able to spend on the remaining 50% of the profits when it can cover 3 months of your expenses, and then only then you can only pull 50% of it to purchase things like new equipment and stuff like that. So ultimately, it's just setting you up to change your lifestyle, change your spending habits, and start setting your money aside into accounts that you can't fucking pull on. And it works. It really, really works. It's super obvious, but it works like a charm. More about Facebook ads. How can you utilize it? Again, I just talked about it, and I don't know, man. It's just it's a tricky thing, bro. Facebook ads is tough. Bro, I'm having I'm having the worst deja vu right now. Facebook ads, dude. I mean, yeah, prototype, bro. You got to try it. You have to, but I feel like you need a real budget. You need a couple $100s a month. I would say more like $500 a month to really, you set up 20 bucks a day, something like that. If the more you can get, the better results you're gonna have. And you need to do split testing. You need to have different landing pages, all this kind of stuff. I've experimented with it, but lately, admittedly, my priorities and my thoughts have been in different places, and I haven't honestly been worried about getting traffic to my print shop or anything like that. But when you're in it, dude, it's really easy. Just get a book. This one I use. I don't have the Facebook one, but this is one of the books that I got for Google AdWords. And I always felt like Google AdWords was the more important of the two. I'm starting to change my tune on that. And then I shit you not, it's funny that you bring it up, because I just got this book and I haven't read it yet. I just got the damn thing. But it is about Facebook marketing. But I don't even know yet. I don't know if this is directed towards Facebook ads or just marketing on the social media platform called Facebook. But I'm going to read it. But this one is, dude, I learned everything I needed to know about Google here. And it'll get you through it. The books are there. The information is there. You just got to put the time in to read it, man. If you're a small business owner in 2018, you need to have a fucking chance. You need to either be able to hire someone to do it at an extremely expensive rate, or you need to be a webmaster yourself. You need to know the ins and outs of Google AdWords. You need to know the ins and outs of Facebook. You need to know all this stuff, man. You need to know WordPress. You need to be a fucking web junkie, dude. As much as you're a print junkie, you need to be a web junkie, or I shit you not, you don't got a chance in hell. You're fucked. That's just the stone cold truth. Now, some shops can afford to pay someone $30-$40 an hour to do all their advertising and all that kind of stuff. The majority of us can't. For you, you better smarten up, man, and start with all these books. I'm not going to show it again because that's like free advertising to them, but start with those. On the birthday, my super chats, I think, hit over $200 from you guys, dude. And thank you, by the way, for that. That was amazing. And so that's pretty much it. So JC is asking, what's your end game? How long are you going to be grinding versus doing other projects? What happens when someone offers you $100K working for the man, like Atkinson working at Inksoft? Well, JC, that's okay. So that's some personal. I have a passion for print. So print I will always have a shop running, whether it's a big shop or a tiny shop. I will always have a shop. And we will always be producing shirts until I fucking retire, dude. But honestly, this YouTube channel is a huge priority for me. Mainly just because it's kind of like it's video. And video, even when I was 18 years old, is where I always wanted to end up with shooting. More being an editor. But now the more that I shoot versus editing, I prefer shooting to the editing. I prefer talking to the camera and trying to express my opinion. So the way I see the future is largely media-based. And then attaching my print shop to this outlet and doing extremely good print work. My goal is to produce and not just saying this, I don't want to just say that I'm the best. I want to be able to do the crazy shit like Mad Specials, if you guys are familiar with Mad. Crushes the high density thing. Want to do that. I want that to be part of our thing. I want to have all the specialty printing stuff on lock. So that's where I want to end up. And then I want to utilize the channel to bring in other people or clients that are interested in being featured on the channel, right? Which I hope would get us more premium clients and stuff like that. So that's where I want it to end up. And then in terms of the software, I don't want to be a software company, but I would like to have the software doing its thing, ultimately so that it can run my shop, but also because I'm running my shop off of it, I continuously add things to it. And I would like to have a software program that is, first off, extremely useful for legitimate true blue contract printers. but also super useful for the and affordable, which I'm trying. It's just a lot harder to figure out than I thought. Super affordable for someone that only does, like, let's say 20 and under clients per month. You know, I want to set all that up. So I got a lot of shit I want to do. The end game is there is no fucking end game. I don't have an end game. I will be involved in this forever, but I do have 3 pretty big goals, right? 3 lofty goals that I'm trying to reach all at once. The print shop, the YouTube channel, and the software. And by the way, I'm not going to touch on it too much right now. I know that the Kickstarter campaign is looking a little dead, but it's all good. I got some stuff figured out. We're going to be okay. It's still a coming. Yeah, prototype, dude. Yeah, he says thanks for the input, and he guess he has to get his SEO game in order. Yeah, dude, you need your SEO game in order. First thing, but you also need, and SEO is different than your your click campaign skills, right? Like, it's different setting up Google SEO as opposed to running an AdWords campaign. And you got to be tight on both of those things, man. Get on it. All of you guys, get on it, man. Your SEO, your pay-per-click, you got to be tight on both of those things. Okay, JJS screen printing. He thought the same, then he came across a Printavo vid with some dude who is brilliant at the Facebook shit. He put 3,600 on one ad and made 86,000. Yep. I mean, that sounds about right. The thing is, though, is that there's those same stories on Google AdWords. There's always, here's the thing. Here's the truth of all of that. Yes, there is somebody that did that, but they're typically the exception to the rule. Typically. He had like a graphic. You never know, dude, but they're almost always the exception to the rule. They're not the rule. And the rule is you and me trying to figure that shit out. Bunch of dum-dums. And we're probably not going to pull those numbers. It's not to say we can't succeed on them, but the numbers are going to be a lot of the times very different. Still possibly very profitable, but not the same thing. And you said it here. He's brilliant at Facebook, and he was able to do that. So are you brilliant at Facebook? No. Are you able to hire that man to do it for you? Then maybe you're in the realm of possibilities. But if not, it's not going to happen. But more than likely, he's actually that guy who's brilliant at Facebook is trying to sell his marketing skills to screen printers like yourself at a small, probably very large fee. The point is, dude, you got to be very, in the whole internet realm of internet bullshit, these are snake oil salesmen. They're selling everything, dude. They're selling fucking ad conversions and all this kind of stuff, marketing camp. You got to be very careful of all those guys. But I would say, without a shadow of doubt, because I've had some pretty good success with Google AdWords, that yes, he can probably pull some pretty good numbers. Are you going to be able to pull that off? If you study Facebook ads like a fucking eccentric, like you're on the spectrum, maybe. I'm super small, only do, okay, this is from Eric Melling. I'm super small, only do minimal stuff. Is it worth it to get a seller's permit, or should I wait till I'm busier? No, dude, get it right now. You mean your tax ID so that you're, yeah, get it right away. Can you even, I don't know, when I got it, you couldn't get wholesaler accounts with t-shirt distributors unless you had your state license. Maybe things have changed now. If you don't need it, it's cool, but then you're not, I would get it, yeah. I don't know why not. Now you have the burden of tax issues and not charging or charging and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, I just feel like you can't without it. But yeah, dude, get it, man. Why not? Jamie says, I got my first customer thinking of only charging what I pay for the shirt since I'm building my portfolio. Feels symbiotic. Is that fair or am I nuts? Well, everyone in here will tell you that that's nuts, except me, because that's the way I started printing. When I started printing, I wasn't confident that I would produce a result that I was proud of. So I made a deal with my first customers. I basically said, look, I'm new at this. You give me a shot at this, and I'll do this amount and this amount for for free, and I'll keep doing it until I get it right. So, and basically, I was able to get a client job, cut my teeth on it, get comfortable with printing. I did a few of those, and I moved on and started charging. I don't see a problem with it, but you do need to understand that you can do it for a few, but the second that you feel confident that you can produce, you got to start charging. But in the beginning, hell yeah, dude. I feel like people are so greedy now, man. Whatever happened to that kind of like that apprenticeship thing, right? Now, granted, you're not going to be a printer's apprentice, but you can be like kind of an apprentice to the customers by saying, look, there's a good chance I might fuck this up, but I'm going to do it for free in exchange for you buying the shirts so that I can kind of figure this stuff out. And, it's symbiotic. You're learning from it. And that's kind of like an apprenticeship, and I see nothing wrong with it. Just don't let it become a thing that you're doing all the time. But I've had many people disagree. I said this early on in the thing, and they're like, nah, dude. So that's just my opinion. Mark, sportswear. Any advice on printing one color white on a navy, 1/4 inch thick PVC foam yoga mat? Any special ink requirements? Yeah, we tried doing that, and we used solvent-based, it's actually vinyl ink, which adheres to flexible materials really well, like, and even it kind of scratched off a little bit. I'm not 100% sure, man. That's going to be a tough one to figure out. But yeah, I think you just need vinyl ink, but it didn't work well. Okay, Jamie, if you're spending $33 for a hoodie, you need to get your tax ID, man. Because you shouldn't be spending that much for an independent trading company. This hoodie, you should be paying nowhere near that. Unless you're marking it up. Of course, if you're marking it up to them, it's okay, but. Frankie is having some pizza, beer, and a little bit of the print life. Thank you so much for joining in, Frankie. That's so cool, man. Yeah, I'm wondering what kind of hoodies they are. I can't see all the chats. I pretty much now only focus on stuff that says at the print life. But yeah. I feel like that is a lot, Jamie, to be spending on a hoodie. I feel like you must not be getting wholesale prices on it, or it's some crazy hoodie that I've never seen. Yeah, Altered Ink. And to reiterate on that, I just feel like, and Jamie said it well too, it's symbiotic. She's basically telling the customer that, look, I'm not super skilled at this yet. But you buy the garments, bring them to me, take a little bit of risk on me. I'm willing to do the work for free for you. We each benefit. Yeah, I love it, man. I fucking love that. I just feel like the world is filled with greedy fuckers. Well, the new dip tank is working out great. It's so much wider than our old one, which is kind of weird because the screens flop all over the place. But that Enviroline chemical is so strong. Even at 2 minutes, the emulsion starts dripping into the fluid, which is not good. So we've actually had to cut our dip tank times to a minute, which is crazy good, man. That chemical is really strong. Anyway, guys, 6:41. And I'm ready to wrap it up. You know what I mean? I mean, we didn't have a huge business topic, but they don't all got to be an hour. It's not like we have advertisers or anything, so it's all good. Before we go into all that, though, guys, I just wanted to let y'all know that I am actively looking for a sponsor. And I'll say it, as far as the equipment sponsorships, there's the three. Obviously, Anatol has always been my first love, so ideally I would have an Anatol sponsorship. But if it doesn't go through with them, M&R is another one that I really like. And, of course, Rock, they're kind of like the cool kid press these days, so I would be cool with any of them. Workhorse is also another. I would be cool with any equipment manufacturer because, here, let's be honest, at the end of the day, a press is a press, right? Y'all can agree with that. So I would be confident endorsing any of the major press manufacturers out there. So I'm actively looking for that. I'm also actively looking for a sponsor of not an individual manufacturer, like not Bella or Next Level specifically, but a supplier like SNS or Sanmar or something like that. Who else is there? Bodek and Rose. So that I can objectively talk about multiple brands, but still be helping them, market themselves. And then finally, I am looking for either a supplier sponsorship or a chemicals manufacturer sponsorship. So either one would be cool as far as all that goes. But I need them. If you guys are in contact with anybody, I need the help because I cannot continue to edit these vlogs. It's becoming overwhelming for me. Shout out to Jamie for the $5 super chat. Yes, love that money. Love that money. Thank you, Jamie. I know all this stuff, dude. Those hard come by these days. So thank you for that. I appreciate it a lot. How do you feel about scaling past 1 or 2 employees? So I went all the way up to like, what did I have? I went all the way up to 5 employees here for some time, and I mean, you need as much help as you need, but the problem is that employees are so expensive. They can just drain the dough out of your shop, especially when you're not automated like we were. I felt like I needed to bring more bodies in to help move things around, but what ends up happening is you're doing exactly the same amount of work, just paying more people to do it. So when you, to all of you, to everybody, which is the whole point of my vlog series from this point moving forward, is showcasing producing efficiency in every aspect of your shop. I think you're better off printing yourself or with the help of one other person, and working on your screen room, your exposure to everything, getting your screen burn times down to next to nothing, and then moving on to your setup times, getting that down to nothing, and then getting your sorting times and all that shit and your client management and all that shit down to nothing. When you have all that streamlined and you have a true system in place, then you can actually bring people in, teach them the system, enforce the system, and fucking, you'll be producing, man. I didn't do that the first time, and it was a total shit show. I went from being profitable on the way up to bringing too much in, too much help, and going, so be careful. But to each their own. That's really good. Employee or auto? Ooh. Employee or auto? Man. You know, I think logically everyone will always say an auto. But I think if you have, again, good systems in place, everything is efficient, your employees aren't wasting fucking time burning and reburning screens. They're not wasting time reclaiming screens, taking unnecessarily long. They're not wasting unnecessary amounts of time setting up. Then an employee is an invaluable asset, right? And also an employee can come and go. You can bring them on. When things slow down, you can let them go. Whereas an auto produces a fuckload of stuff, a fuckload of work. But when times do get lean, which inevitably happens in every single shop, unless you paid cash for it, you're still having to pay that monster, right? So it's two sides of the same coin. I would say, man, employees in the beginning and more employees. And then as things, hang on guys, I got someone walking in here. And then as time goes on and you've maxed out your employees' capabilities, then you start thinking about an automatic. I just don't think it's the place to go first. On the flip side of that, and this is what I'm learning more and more every day, automatics produce repeatable results, which I like. Right, because a manual, different angles, how lazy your guy's feeling, how lazy you're feeling, are going to have different print results. Whereas with an automatic, you can set squeegee pressure, squeegee angle, and produce consistent results, which will increase your the quality of your shop, which is super important. Which is why, I'm like, fuck, dude. Originally, I wanted all these colors. Now I'm thinking, I just want a small 8 or 6 color automatic just so that I can produce consistent results. But either way, dude, start with the employees, get that shit lined out, get all your processes in order, and then, only then, do I think you should start considering an automatic. Wow. Yeah, guys. Yeah, and this is the whole thing. Auto does. So Andrew jumps in and says that autos cut so much time compared to the manual, which they do. But they also showcase all of your weaknesses in the shop. I just think your money can be better spent in the beginning on getting your systems in place, and not, you can let go of employees, bring them back, do all that kind of stuff. You'll know when it's time to automate, I think. And Marshall had an interesting piece of advice for me where he said, dude, if you haven't gotten a business plan, if you don't know your cost per impression, if you don't know this and you don't know that, then it's not time to automate. If you're flying by the seat of your pants, going on intuition, you're not ready for that kind of investment, right? That $100,000 investment. Now, if you can get a nice used auto for 10 grand, an M&R automatic, like an old all air, now that's all right. Snatch that shit up. But those $50,000 plus investments, you need to be prepared for that kind of thing. I almost did it, guys. Almost fucked it up, man. And I would have been in such a shit show. I can't even express what kind of a scenario I would be in right now. All right, anyway, guys, dude, I was ending this whole thing. Let's do the outro. And y'all know I want to thank you for hanging out with me on this thing. Don't forget that this is a podcast, which means it's going to be live the day after tomorrow on iTunes and Google Play. Please listen. Please leave comments. Please leave reviews. Please leave 5 stars because it helps. And I'm trying to grow this thing. And actually, I'm not doing that right now. But I just didn't do a vlog these past couple of weeks or these past couple of days. But I have one uploading tomorrow, so make sure to tune in. The reason I didn't vlog this week, honestly, is because the views slowed down. Like, usually I would upload it, and by the end of the second day, we had 1,000 views, but the last couple of uploads didn't hit it. So I was like, maybe people are getting tired of it, so I'm not going to upload. Took a break. But so all you guys, man, I need you to share them, watch them, get involved with them. Thank you for tuning in. If you guys have any questions, you know what to do. Submit them in the chat. Submit them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. What else is there? Is there anything else I need to cover? No, that's it. So, peace out, Print Fam. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. And we're back, guys. Okay, so that's the end of the show. I'm going to come back through the chat here and just give a quick shout out to everyone that made their way in. I cut this part out, or actually, I'll leave it in. But then that way, only the people that really want to listen to it, listen to it. So, Ray Leo was here. Ryan was here earlier, but he peaced out. Jason was here. Altered Ink. We had Standard Graphics here as always. You Can Do It was here. Silk Visions, Prototype 8, Proud T-Shirt Company, 00. Ben, my nephew Ben was here. Inking's Ink, Hotbox Print Studio in the house. Excellent Graphics. Will Daly was here. Ink Press Prints, Craig Robertson. Kevin Bays. Thomas, some unfamiliar people. This is cool. Inking's Ink, Mark Ripley. Eric Melling, John Murney, Tom P. Bigfoot Sam. What up, Bigfoot? Thank you for the birthday pizza. I'll never forget. Sonny was here. CTA Prince was here. What's up, CTA? Good to see you guys. Tony was here. Bronx Premium Print. Jamie was here. Don't know that word. Mark Sportswear was hanging out with us as well. Indigenous Graphics was in the house. Don't know. AFI03UILI. One West Screen Printing Garage. Man, we had a lot of people in here today. Indigenous Graphics, I think I already said you. Lane Luhoff was in the house, gave me a super chat. Shout out to Lane for that. JC, Jerry Garcia, JJS Screen Printing. What up? Jessica Denham, what's up? Yeah, Jessica, you're always welcome here. Doesn't matter. I think No Matter What Apparel was hanging out with us. Eddie San Juan. Shroom Brothers was here with us. Frankie Dunnow. Jonathan Ornless. What's up, man? Yeah, dude, I'm working on that Print Profits First thing. I'll do another video on it in a while. Just so you guys know, I'm shooting a video today on the ever elusive one-stroke white. So I'm using the ink we have here, but I'm doing all these different screen setups, and I'm chasing down that one-stroke white to see if it's actually fucking possible. I don't believe it is, but I'm doing everything in my power to make it work, because honestly, it's like Bigfoot. I want it to be real. And so I'm doing everything in the book. I'm looking at all these different tips and tricks, trying to figure out if it can actually be done and if it can be implemented in the shop. And if it is, well, I'm going to upload the video either way, but we're going to figure it out. Is one-stroke white truly possible? It won't upload tomorrow. It'll upload the next day. Yeah, there's a lot here. Wilson was here. Excellent Graphics. God damn. Lots of you guys, man. Pretty good. I don't know what our actual viewership was, but it was pretty sweet. Jamie, thank you so much for the super chat. It means a lot. Okay, here's some more people I don't recognize. Ink Press Prince, Laura Ross, T-Source. What's up, T-Source? That's it. Lance Lay, what up? Kikas, hello, from Brazil, right on. Mark Guerrero, Shirt Peddler, what's up? Thanks, man. Yeah, it was pretty good. Thanks, guys. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I feel like I got the majority of the shout-outs out of the way. Don't forget to submit your shop news to the Print Life Facebook group on Facebook Wednesday and do shop news in the title. We'll see you guys later, man. It was fun. I'm going to go get some pizza. Pizza and beer. Pizza, beer, and cheesecake. Cheesecake with raspberry, caramel, and chocolate sauce. Oh, shit, man. NYPD Pizza. It's the best pizza in Phoenix. That's where I'm heading. Ain't you jealous? Bye, guys. Bye. I feel like I can't say bye. It's one of those days I just want to hang out. Don't know why. Later, guys.